On my good friend Gary from Nerdrotic, he had a video, of course, edited by the great Perry Chan. People that have watched me over the last decade, maybe, and you've heard me talk about this stuff even more so in comics, but as well as the big screen, and how the people that are being brought in are not the best people for the job. They are often people that have no frame of reference. They are not fans of this. They don't like this material it is that they're building. It's just, or they're working for, like a property that they're working for or working on. It's just a stepping stone maybe, for their careers. And that's about it. In that video that he put together, Gary and Perry Chan, listen to this. Jack Schaefer, we've already talked about her. Writer of Black Widow, I believe she was, I can't remember if it was Jack Schaefer that was also doing, what was that show? I'm losing it. With Scarlet Witch. Whatever that was. I don't know. I can't remember. I think she was part of that as well. I could be wrong. But let's just listen in on this compilation here.
Honest, I was not very steeped in the comics.
I didn't read any comics or do any research.
I wasn't familiar with comics. I wasn't familiar with the movies.
We didn't lean into a whole lot of the history of the comic books.
Yeah, candidly, we were not enormous comic fans.
I wasn't super into superhero comics when I was a kid. I read a lot of like indie press stuff.
First thing I was told is don't read the comics.
Really?
As a creator, they put you in a bubble. They don't let you talk about any of the other projects, right?
You know, they're up for anything.
We ultimately decided to redefine it for the series and thought that it worked better for the story that we're trying to tell.
Did you ever read you've never read the comic?
When the DVD comes out, I'm going to read a Thor comic book and just see where we went wrong.
Now, I've done, I don't know, a million videos on this exact topic. The reason why this is so inexcusable, guys, is because these guys are working for, of course, these companies that, I mean, it's not just with this Star Wars, that goes top to bottom. It's the same thing. There is no shortage of people that would work on these projects, have the talent to work on these projects, while also being actual fans of the material. Okay, normies are normies. If something is solid and good and for their taste, they will get into it. But you are not doing your company, property, any sort of justice. You're not getting more fans by making these adjustments. Now, some of that is structural. Some of that is leadership based, as some of these people alluded to, them being told. I mean, James Gunn, I believe, told as well John Cena. Same thing. I know, different company, but it's the same field. Don't read the comics. Now, my question always would be, well, why the hell are you adapting this stuff if you don't care about it? Or if you don't mean to have some sort of frame of reference? To me, it's a slap in the face. It is the equivalent of me building up this Riververse stuff. And let's say we get to the point where, I don't know, we keep doing, we're on the trajectory that we're on, and we have Isom back there. And instead of making Isom look like he is, to look like and going through some of the experiences that he's gone through to where he's a believable character, I change him into, I don't know, a Puerto Rican guy, right? And he just looks nothing like the character. He acts nothing like the character. He's written in a scenario that the character would never be a part of. That would be that equivalent. To me, that's an insult to all the customers, the people that have spent just so much money on these properties, that you can't give them something that is recognizable at minimum. It doesn't mean that you have to follow the comic one by one, though. Again, Normie's not going to know the difference anyway. A lot of these stories, that's all comics are, really just storyboards for you. That the stuff is available. It's the story's already there for you to adapt. So if you did it accurately, nobody's going to knock you for it. Again, you're not making these projects better by simply ignoring the source material. One could argue, and one would argue, that you're making it worse. But all these people that spend all this money, that got you to the point to where you can even adapt this stuff in a live action sense or animation, whatever it is. And you just told them to go screw themselves. We're just going to do whatever it is that we want. And as I said, this is leadership. Because at the end of the day, they're just contractors. They're getting hired to be in these positions. And a lot of that information is coming from them. Or it's just bad hires. They're bringing people in that don't care about the properties it is that they're working on. It's amazing to see. Incredible. And to hear it from their mouths, it's like, dude, I've been saying this for I don't know how long. These people don't care about this stuff. They don't care. They're not interested in it. This is just another gig to them. And if these changes fundamentally change the characters that they're working on, they will do that. It doesn't make it better. By all means, it may fit their vision, but it doesn't make the actual thing better. We've seen enough duds to prove that. And that's why I say just let them fail. There's a lot of alternatives out there, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios. Next up, possibly our most anticipated book thus far, Yaira.